All right, so sorry for the delay. I know that took us a few seconds. I promise you didn't miss anything because we're having it on live as well, so we know when we lose connection. So we left Miss Weinstein's class and the country of Germany. And even though Phoenix did tell us we were heading to Spain, you didn't miss Spain. We're going to do Spain last. We are heading first to the country of Israel. All right.
Shalom. It is Multicultural Day, and we are your hosts, Tristan and Morella. Today, along with our fellow correspondents, we'll be reporting to you about a small country in the Middle East who once asked Albert Einstein to be its president.
Today's all about Israel, folks. Israel is located in the continent of Asia, bordered by Egypt, Lebanon, Syria, and Jordan. Let's head over to the capital where our correspondent Allison is waiting. Allison, take it away.
Hello, Tristan and Morella. Yes, I am here reporting back from the capital of Israel, which is Jerusalem. The official languages of Israel is Hebrew and Arabic. Israel is the only country in the world that has had the same name and speaks the same language as it did 3,000 years ago. Now that is what I call keeping the culture.
3,000 years of history all in one place. We picked the right place to visit this year. Over to you, Michael.
Shalom, my fellow anchors. If we're looking to do some shopping in this historical country, you will need to use the Israeli shekel. With this currency, you will be able to purchase books, visit museums, and orchestras, which Israel has more of these per capita.
Visiting museums, watching an orchestra, or purchasing books does sound like a good way to set some Israeli shekel. Let's see how Addison is doing and tell Abby.
Yes, Marla, I am here in Tel Aviv where the technology scene is booming. Israel is the world leader in the invention of the latest technology from cell phones, voicemail systems, and so much more. Israel has the highest concentration of high-tech startups companies. With the tech scene as booming, it's always great to get away from hustles and bustles of the city life. A break does sound nice. Maybe Abigail can tell us more. Oh, yes, I can. I'm reporting live from the Dead Sea. This salt lake sees tons of visitors yearly who come to soak in the salt water. This Dead Sea has a high salt content that makes it extremely easy to float to the surface. Along with the high salt levels in the Dead Sea, this makes it impossible for plants and animals to live in the sea.
Soaking in salt water must do wonders for your skin. Take it away, Anna.
Hello, everyone. The flag of Israel was adopted on October 28, 1948. It has a white background with two horizontal blue stripes across the top and bottom. At the center of the flag is the Star of David. The Star of David represents the religion of Judaism, and the stripes represent the stripes on a Jewish plated shawl plus a teaching. Israel is known for their religion from Judaism to Islam. Israel is practiced in Israel. Faith is extremely important to the Israel people. Back to you all in the studio. Thank you to all our correspondents and all of you for joining us on this adventure through Israel. We hope you come back soon to see what country we end up in. Until next year, Shalom! Now enjoy your journey to the Ivory Coast.
Thank you so much, Israel. Excellent job. Great memorization skills, my friends. All right, so now we are heading over to Miss Rodriguez's class. And we are back to, I think it was Ecuador?
Spain. Oh, Ecuador, yeah.
No.
Ecuador.
Ecuador. All right, yes, back to Ecuador. All right, we are back live at Ecuador. Let's see what our Ecuadorian friends have in store for us. Eva. Ready. Eva.
Buenos dias, and welcome to an exciting game of Luz de America, where winners have the opportunity to win a vacation to the light of America. I'm your luminous host, Eva. Let's meet our family. Let's meet our. Eva, I think you're on mute. I'm not on mute. Buenos dias, and welcome to an exciting game of Luz de America.
We can
hear you.
hear you, Eva. Go. Just go.
Yes, they can.
Go on the background.
Just keep going, Eva.
You can't hear the people
Buenos dias, and welcome to an exciting game of Luz de America, where winners have the opportunity to win a vacation to the light of America. I'm your luminous host, Eva. Let's meet our families for today's show. In red, we have the Garabansi family. In blue, we have the Aguilera family. Now these families are all planning to win a 12-day trip to Ecuador. Now let me explain the rules. Each family member will have the opportunity to answer questions about Ecuador, since the goal is to win a trip to Ecuador. Now let's play Luz de America. Garabansi family, you will start us off. Where is the country of Ecuador located?
Ecuador is located in the continent of South America, bordered by Colombia and Peru.
That is correct. Alright, Aguilera family, here we go. What is the official language of Ecuador?
The official language of Ecuador is Spanish, but they also have a known dialect called Quechua.
That is correct. Garabansi family, what is the capital of Ecuador?
The capital of Ecuador is Quito.
Quito is correct. Looks like we're on a roll, Garabansi family. Okay, Aguilera family. In 2001, Ecuador went through a banking crisis, which caused which country to become Ecuador's official form of currency?
Valentine, unmute yourself.
The official currency of Ecuador is peso.
Unfortunately, that is incorrect. Garabansi family for the steal.
Is it the yen?
No. The official currency of Ecuador is the US dollar. Looks like both teams never received a point. Okay, Cotopaxi family, here's your next question. There are over 350 varieties of leaves that grow in Ecuador. What is it?
That would be corn, Eva.
That is correct. Ecuador is the largest producer and exporter of this fruit. Aguilera family.
Ecuador is the largest producer and exporter of bananas.
Looks like both teams are tied with a chance to win a 12-day trip to Ecuador.
That trip is ours.
Here we go. What is the national sport of Ecuador?
That is easy. The answer is soccer.
That is correct, but Cotopaxi family, that will cost you a point. Aguilera family, you can receive a point by answering this question. Which country controlled Ecuador for 300 years until Ecuador declared its independence in 1822?
The answer is Spain.
Looks like the Aguilera family is now in the lead. You know what that sound means? We are heading into the center round. One family member will be asking a series of questions to each family member. With each correct answer, you will light up. Let's play Luz de America. Cotopaxi family, since you are in the lead, you will start us off.
There are over 130 species of this bird located in Ecuador. Hummingbird. This is the second largest nature reserve in the world, which is home to reptiles, birds, and plants. It was also the place of Charles Darwin evolution research.
The Galapagos Islands.
List the natural reserves found in Ecuador.
Petroleum, fish, timber, and hydropower.
What ancient empire dominated Ecuador during the 16th century?
Empire.
This is the highest active volcano. Cotopaxi.
Camilla.
This forest covers half of Ecuador, holding 10% of the world's trees.
The Amazon rainforest. Visitors travel all over
the world to stand on the Mitzdad Mundo, a red line that signifies what geographical point?
It signifies the equator, which is Ecuador translates to in English.
This has turned out to be a very close game. Here's your final question. Which famous singer just happens to be half Ecuadorian?
Who is Christina Aguilera?
That is correct. Looks like the Cotopaxi family will be heading to Ecuador for a 12-day trip where they will get to bask in the tropical climate, stand in the equator, visit the aquatic gardens of the country, and the Aguilera family will get to head home. We'll see you next time on another fact-filled episode of Luz de America, where what families go, only I know. And I do know where you are going next. You don't want to miss your flight to Israel.
Adios. All right, so we did go to Israel, so we are going to head over next to, I believe, the Ivory Coast. It's going to be a surprise because I lost my paper along the way. We're heading over to Miss Santos' class. So far our presentations have been fantastic. We love the game shows. We love the dancing. We love the Indian bazaar we got to go. Look, I was right. Yes, I was. We are heading to the Ivory Coast. Thank you.
Ivory Coast is in the West Africa and was once colonized by France until 1960. When they gained their independence, the official language of Ivory Coast is French. It was the 68th largest country in the world in terms of the land area, 124,500 miles. Ivory Coast terrain can be described as the largest plateau rising gradually from the sea levels in the south to almost 1,640 feet elevation in the north. There are many gorgeous beaches found in nearly all the coastal towns, many of which have developed lush resorts to cater and the tourists. The president of Ivory Coast is Alassane Ouattara since 2010. The official currency of the country is West Africa francs.
Little is known about Ivory Coast. First inhabitants were Lebanon and Cho fragments confirm the pressure of early settlements. Between 1000 to 1500 AD, New Zealand merchants established trade routes from northern Africa to Ivory Coast. Then they came for gold, ivory, and slaves. The country was colonized by the French until 1960 when they gained their independence. Ivory Coast was the world's largest exporter of cocoa beans, and the citizens enjoy a high level of income compared to other countries and regions.
Didier Drogba, of course, perhaps best remembered for his domineering time at Chelsea. He captained the national team for 8 years from 2006 and returned as the national all-time top goal scorer. Les Ophens won the 1992 African Cup of Nations and again in 2015, both beating Ghana and on penalties.
Popular with holidaymakers for its golden beaches, fading French colonial heritage, and traditional Senegal cultural experiences, Ivory Coast has seen its annual visitor numbers rise steadily in the recent years. 250,000 in 2010, up to 1.44 million in 2015. It was not deemed a welcoming state in the 1980s. Then again, between 2002 and 2011, when the country suffered 2 civil wars, but a period of stability helped broaden its appeal around the world. The Basilica of Our Lady of Peace of Yamoussoukro surpasses even St. Peter's Basilica, with an exterior area of 30,000 square meters. Finished in 1990, its design is said to have been inspired by its Vatican City sibling, with a hefty dose of Renaissance and flamboyant style. It can hold about 18,000 worshippers, though it's very rarely full. It's home to this lush fountain. Mount Nimba rises above the surrounding savanna where Ivory Coast meets Guinea and Liberia. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, the mountain is covered by dense forests harboring a rich variety of flora and fauna, including chimpanzees. That is not all, though. Ivory Coast boasts 3 more UNESCO World Heritage Sites in the shape of the historic town of Grand-Baffin, once a colonial trading post. Kamali National Park, one of the largest protected areas in West Africa, and Tai National Park, home to 11 species of monkeys.
It is the world's largest cocoa production. In 2013, it sifted 1.448 million metric tons of cocoa bean, 31.6% of the world total.
Visiting the economy, capital, and the wider city. It is the city with the third population that is. It is also the 4th most populous city in Africa with the
The national dish is fruit cake, plain cassava or yam, had a sticky dough and served with seasoned meat, often chicken, and vegetable sauce called kangaroo. A popular snack is a cold fried banana soup, onions, and chili. The climate of Ivory Coast is generally warm and humid, ranging from equatorial in the southern coast to tropical in the middle of Somerset in the far north. There are 3 seasons: warm and dry, November to March; hot and dry, March to May; and hot and wet, June to October.
Religion in Ivory Coast is diverse, with Christianity mostly Catholic and Pentecostal representing 33.9% of the total population. And the hands of iPhone, mostly Sunni, represent 42% of the population. 3.6% of the population follows traditional African religions, and 19.1% have no religion.
Nadia, unmute.
Thank you for visiting the Ivory Coast. Hope you enjoy your visit to Guam.
All right, thank you, Ivory Coast. Now we are off to Guatemala.
Hola, me llamo Mateo. You can come to visit this small country in Central America of great sights for you to see. So let's get on our way. Look, right there, one of our Guatemalan buses traveling visitors. There is so much more to see. Our next stop is absolutely breathtaking. I am this land.
Guatemala is home. You might be able to spot the most beautiful of them. Our national bird.
There's one right there. Wow, beautiful. And that's a great way to end our tour. Guatemala, and we hope you come back real soon.
Adios. Do you want us to come back to the market?
Sure. We're going to come back to you guys in the market. Are you ready? Nikisha.
Oh, in towns and cities in Guatemala. A town is the influence of the Mayan is stronger in Guatemala. These were the first explore land. To keep their traditions alive, we continue to sell like clothing, blankets, masks, and pop.
Volcanoes.
So we are going to. What do we say when we say goodbye to you guys?
Adios!
Are beautiful. We love your.
Thank you.
All right, and where?
Tell them. Martha.
Have a good day.
Thank you. All right, and now we are heading to the country of Romania and Miss Bronfield's class.
Bine ați venit în Romania! Romania!
The history of Romania. The earliest inhabitants of Romania were Stone Age hunters who lived there around 8000 BC. There was a period in time where Romania was once ruled by the Roman Empire, but then was abandoned due to barbaric attacks. Each region governed itself. This continued until the 17th century, when all of Romania was taken over by the Turkish Empire. Romania gained its independence from Turkey in 1877. It became in 1881, when Carol I came to power. In 1916, Romania joined forces with Britain, France, and Russia in World War I. After the war, Romania took back Transylvania and Bessarabia. The 1930s were an era of political instability in Romania, which continued until about 1938. In 1937, King Mihai I was forced to abdicate, and Romania became a communist country. Dictatorship that lasted 42 years until the revolution in 1989. Romania transitioned from communism to democracy in 1990. This transition was a difficult one. Today, the country is run by the president, prime minister, and parliament, who are all democratically elected. The major religions of Romania are Eastern Orthodox, Protestant, and Roman Catholic. Romania's neighboring countries are Serbia, Hungary, Ukraine, and Moldova. The size of the country is 91,699 square miles.
Romania is a country in Eastern Europe. It is bordered on three sides by land and has a Black Sea on its eastern border. It is slightly smaller than the state of Oregon. Romania is a relatively mountainous country that has a very beautiful and green landscape. It also contains hills, plains, forests, and rivers. There is a little bit of everything in Romania, from farms to ancient cities. Romania is separated into several different regions, Transylvania being one of them. Many different animals call a Romanian home. This includes 36 species of mammals such as bears, wolves, red deer, wild boar, and lynx. Romania has a continental climate because most of it is far away from the summers are generally hot and the winters are generally cold.
There are also stunning mountain slopes full of beautiful sky resorts. In some places there are huge lakes that were formed by glaciers. There's also several different types of mined throughout Romania. Inside these caves, you can view many different species of bats as you explore the depths. Romania is known for having one of Europe's largest Romania gaps population. Bucharest Transis network is the fourth largest in Europe. Romania is home to Europe's largest population of brown bears, according to the 2014 Wild Animal Council. Romania's forests are home to some 6,000 bears.
Food. Eating living local is important to Romanians, and their food demonstrates this. Romanians' dishes are heavily influenced by their surrounding neighbors, one of who is Turkey and another German. Due to this enriched experience, Romanian food is very filling and very savory. Some of these dishes are cabbage rolls, minced meat rolls, beef tripe soup, honoring the pig, greaves, sweetbread, lamb, haggis, beef salad.
Romania's tradition music is folk music, which is still popular today. In recent times, Romania has embraced the sounds of pop music, hip-hop, heavy metal, and rock and roll. Romania has warm to hot summers, long, cold winters, and very distinct seasons. Abundant snowfalls may occur throughout the country from December to mid-March, especially if you are in the mountainous areas of Romania.
There are several languages spoken in Romania, though the official language is Romanian. Some parts of the country also speak German or Hungarian. Romanian families are opinionated and age is highly respected. Older individuals are viewed as wise since they have their whole life experience. Families are still very much parental. This means the father is the head of the household.
Thank you for visiting our country, Romania. Enjoy your visit to Lebanon.
Lebanon. Excellent. Thank you, Romania.
All right.
Older woman can still be
Yeah.